Hey everyone. Now I know I've been getting comments on some of my videos where people are stating that George Zimmerman made a racial slur toward Trayvon Martin in the beginning. I did not hear the racial slur. It's very subtle. But if you listen closely, you will hear this racial slur. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just listen to the audio. Now, this information is coming from CNN. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this to the attention of people is because many of you have said that this is not racially motivated. Many of you have argued that this has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with race, and that it was never proven that he ever made any reference to the person that he was pursuing being black. Well, in the beginning, where the 911 operator asks, what type of person is this? Is black, white, Hispanic? And he says, I think he's black. Maybe at that moment he wasn't sure, but he soon realized that the guy was black. And hence, this racial slur came out of his mouth. So people can argue whatever they want to, and I'm sure you will. This didn't start off as something that was racial. No, but maybe that's the reason why it escalated, is because he realized that the guy was black. There had been recent break-ins in the area, and according to reports, many of those break-ins were by black males. So already you have someone who was aware of this information, and he is upset. He is out to apprehend whoever these quote unquote assholes are, because they always get away. This is in the words of George Zimmerman. So, yeah, did he have an agenda once he realized that this was indeed a black male? Absolutely. And I think that it's shown in this 911 call.
Up close tonight, what George Zimmerman said or did not say in a 911 call that he made moments before he shot Trayvon Martin. Did he use a racist slur? There's a big debate raging over two words that Zimmerman used in the call or may have used. Some hear an ugly racial insult and an expletive. Others hear nothing of the sort. Now, according to ABC News, the Sanford Police Department admitted that investigators missed a possible racist remark in the call. When CNN asked the Sanford Police Department about that ABC report, here's what Sergeant David Morgenstern told us. Quote, I said we didn't hear it. However, I am not sure what was said, so I never said we missed a racist remark. He went on to say, quote, I'm not sure what was said. I heard something, but again, not clear as to what was said. I did not hear it until it was pointed out to me. Now, before we tell you what the alleged slur is, we're going to let you listen for yourself with fresh ears and make up your own mind what you hear. For that, we enlisted the help of one of CNN's top audio engineers. We need to warn some of you, the language you're going to hear is offensive, but we're going to play it for you without bleeping anything because it's evidence, and if we bleep it, you're going to have a harder time hearing what some believe is a racial slur.
Room 31 at CNN Center in Atlanta. This is one of the most sophisticated audio edit suites in the broadcast news business. And right here is Rick Sierra. He's our audio design specialist. He's one of the best audio experts in the business. Rick, if you can, I have not listened to this portion of the 911 tape at all. I just want to hear it raw right now. If you can play maybe 10 seconds before it, and let's listen. Okay.
Down towards the entrance of the neighborhood.
Okay. Which entrance is that he's heading towards?
The back entrance.
You may not have heard the moment in question because it was so quick. How long does that portion last that everyone's talking about?
A second, 18 frames.
Second, 18 frames, so that's about 1.6 seconds.
Correct.
So let's listen to it like 10 times in a row if we can.
Okay.
What we're listening for is the racial slur coons. It follows the F word. Some people say they hear it, others say they don't. It's certainly a lot clearer when we listen to it this way.
Correct.
Is there anything else we can do with that audio to make it even clearer?
Well, you can. I already did a little bit of boosting at 2.2 kilohertz and at 4.6 kilohertz. That's boosting the high end of the voice.
It sounds like it can power the flex capacitor.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. What Rick has done is lowered the bass. So why is it that you want to get rid of the low end of the audio, the bass of the audio?
Well, to minimize the noise.
To minimize the noise. So that takes away the noise and allows us to hear the voice more clearly.
That's correct. I'll boost it up a little bit more there, and we'll give it a shot here.
That does sound a little clearer to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like this allegation could be accurate, but I wouldn't swear to it in court. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. It's very difficult to really pinpoint what he's saying.
No, it isn't.
Rick, can we play just that second word, what we think the second word is, and hear if that sounds any different? Okay. I mean, it certainly sounds like that word to me, although you just can't be sure.
Let me show you.
That sounds even more like the word than using it when it was with the F word before there.
That's correct.
Only George Zimmerman knows if he used the slur, but he's not talking. So the phone call, like so much of this case, remains a mystery.
Also, another reason why it's so important that we know what was said on that 911 call from George Zimmerman is because some people are saying, well, why is the federal government getting involved in a state case? The reason why the federal government would be getting involved in this is because if there was a racial undertone to this, if this was motivated somehow by Zimmerman's disdain for blacks, then this is a hate crime. And if it's a hate crime, then of course the federal government needs to get involved. I'm going to try and address a few things. The one thing that I keep reading from some of my commenters is that George Zimmerman was afraid of Trayvon Martin because Trayvon Martin towered over him. It's irrelevant. I don't give a damn if Trayvon Martin was 10 feet tall. Zimmerman pursued a person who was of no threat to him at the time of the pursuit. That's it. It is irrelevant how he was dressed, whether he looked suspicious. I don't give a damn if he looked suspicious. He wasn't doing anything that was suspicious. Never, not once in that call that Zimmerman made to 911 did he ever say, oh, he's trying to break into this house. Oh my God. Oh, he's trying to break into this car. Let me stop him. That was never the case. And according to the stand your ground law, one of those two things, among some other things, would have needed to be there in order for him to justify force. Look up the Florida statute, chapter 776. None of it applies to George Zimmerman and his defense. None of it. He wasn't protecting anyone or anything from Trayvon Martin. Think about that.